Hello everyone, I'm the Cricket Freak. Welcome to another episode. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about RCB versus CSK. I thought of doing it as soon as the game is over, but I went to the match and it took me all this while to get the energy back to make a podcast. So many things to talk about this match. To just summarize, this win by RCB was not just a win, but it was a statement. Right from the beginning, the moment Chennai won the toss and they chose to bowl first, the moment Phil Salt started batting, Chennai never looked like they were in the game. After watching the last match that Chennai played against Mumbai, I've said in my podcast that Chennai looked very weak in their batting. They don't have a great top order, and their middle order is even worse. They don't have a good finisher. Uh, they looked extremely flat against the RCB bowling lineup, which was extraordinarily good. But Chennai need to figure out what they're going to do with their batting, because they can't be playing with this team for a long time. Rahul Tripathi as an opener, I'm not sure how effective he's going to be, and Ruturaj sacrificed his opening spot where he's the best at, and pretty much he's coming out to bat in the second, third over anyway, because Rahul Tripathi has got out even the last game against Mumbai for a very cheap score. And Deepak Hooda in the middle order, and then directly you have Sam Curran, Ravindra Jadeja, and all-rounders are coming in. And MS Dhoni doesn't want to come out to bat before the last couple of overs. So this looks a bit weak as a batting lineup. Yesterday I just went back to see what is the batting, who are the batters that can replace the present 11. They have Sheikh Rashid from Andhra Pradesh that they've had even in the last couple of seasons. And then they have Devon Conway, but if Devon Conway comes in, they can't replace Rachin Ravindra because he's the only player who's been in form. But I'll get back to what Ravindra did also yesterday. But if Devon Conway comes back in the 11, they can't play Sam Curran because Noor is a given, Patirana is a given, and if Ravindra is a given, then Sam Curran can't be playing. In that case, they're gonna play only with 5 bowlers, that too with 3 spinners. But it's going to be a little tricky for Chennai to pick these people. The batters, Vansh Bedi is a wicketkeeper batter who's a backup for MS Dhoni, but looks like he has a power game too. But we'll have to only wait and see, because CSK is a team that doesn't experiment much with their 11. Whoever the 11 is, they almost get 14 games unless they are injured. So the only way for CSK to win games is if Rahul Tripathi and Deepak Hooda rise to the occasion and contribute to the team. It looks like it's going to be a very long tournament for them, but we also heard from Stephen Fleming last night where he said we'll wait and see who wins this tournament. That was quite brave of him to say that after a loss of that magnitude. Also, it was a little surprising to hear how Ruturaj Gaikwad said the loss is not so big because the loss was only by 50 runs, but I don't know, maybe I felt that yesterday's loss must have affected CSK a little bit, because you can't not think about that game where you were playing at your home against a team which you have dominated, especially at home. You've won almost everything after 2008 that you've played in Chennai against them. RCB no doubt was really, really good, but Chennai will have to rethink about their strategies, especially the next game that they're playing in Guwahati against RR. It's going to be a tough challenge for them because their batting looks really weak, if not the weakest in the tournament so far. I'll be really surprised if they can turn this around. But teams like CSK and Mumbai, they are champion teams. They've won championships after championships, so I'm sure they know the way out from here. So I'm really looking forward to what Chennai is going to do. And yesterday's blueprint again by RCB will also help the other teams that are going to go to Chennai. So it'll be interesting to see how Chennai will tackle in the next games. Coming back to the match, like I said, right from get-go, it almost looked like Chennai was never in the game. RCB have pushed the accelerator way too soon, and the way Phil Salt attacked Ashwin and the way he played Khalil, and it was just amazing. Khalil looked really really good in the power play yesterday. The only thing that RCB didn't do right yesterday was with respect to how Virat Kohli batted. He was not able to find his timing. But the best part of that innings also was that Virat Kohli was trying to go for every ball, and he was not trying to just nudge it around and get back to form, because this is the strategy that RCB is going with. They are going aggressive because they have batting until 8, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who can also hit a long ball once in a while, comes to bat at number 9. So they have the depth of batting and really good hitters, big hitters in Tim David, Jitesh, Liam Livingstone, Krunal Pandya, even Rajat Patidar. So Virat Kohli doesn't have to play the usual anchor role that he used to do until last year. So that positivity from Virat Kohli was really good. If not for that bouncer from Patirana that hit his helmet, we wouldn't have seen those two big hits also from Virat Kohli yesterday, because it was a rare off day for him where he was not able to find the middle of the bat. But just apart from that, everybody else just did what they are best at. Amazing how Devdutt Padikkal again had an instant impact on the game. He attacked Jadeja, who was a negative matchup against him in the power play, and he went after Ashwin also. He got out to Ashwin, but it's amazing how Devdutt Padikkal was so positive yesterday and tried to hit every ball, and tried to show that intent as soon as he was brought onto the crease. Phil Salt, that stumping by MS Dhoni was top class. So Phil Salt got out. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have scored some more runs on that pitch. On yesterday's pitch, I felt that CSK batting second was not one of the best decisions. I'm sure, because Stephen Fleming also said that they are not getting any home advantage because the pitch became more sticky in the second game, which became difficult for their batters. It's surprising that Chennai Super Kings coach had said that they are not getting any home advantage from Chennai, because Chennai is one of the best teams at home. But the innings by Rajat Patidar also was amazing. Sure, you can say that he had his fair share of luck. He got a lot of dropped catches and all of that, but I think luck always favors the brave, and he has done really good. When after getting those chances also, he has never slowed down or tried to slow down. He has always played his shots, and there was a top class 50 from him. And not to forget, Jitesh Sharma had a great impact on the game. He hit those couple of sixes that came off his bat, also looked really good. From RCB's point of view, actually, yesterday's game was gonna be the toughest game for in terms of the squad that they put together, because of the hard hitters that they have in Liam Livingstone, Tim David, and all these people are not that great against spin. But in Chennai, to manage and get that victory, I'm sure they will be really, really delighted. They're going to Bengaluru from the next game. They're going to play Gujarat on Wednesday, and that's going to be a very interesting game, because same thing happened in the WPL also, where RCB won their first 2 games away and then lost 5 on the trot. And even RCB men's team doesn't have a great record at home. But it'll be interesting to see how this team plays, because this team looks like they have come in with a plan, and it also looks like this batting lineup is best suited for Bengaluru. So it'll be very interesting to see how they are going to play against a very, very good team like Gujarat, who also have Mohammad Siraj, who has played almost all his life in Bengaluru. So I'm sure it's going to be a good challenge for RCB. And Gujarat are also coming off a win against Mumbai, so it's going to be a fun game, but that's for later. Great bowling performance by RCB once again. Josh Hazelwood went at 5.2. It's amazing how he's playing for RCB. It's just so good, especially in the power play. He looks lethal with the same delivery again and again and again. He's varying his seam position and just trying to play around with the bounce, but almost bowling in the same areas. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar's welcome back, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, to RCB. He did exceedingly well last night. His bowling to Deepak Huda was barely able to put bat to put bat to ball in the overs that he faced of Josh Hazlewood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So, and the plot to Ruturaj also was amazing. And I was in the stadium last night and I saw how well Josh Hazlewood planned Rahul Tripaঠি's wicket. Also, he got the mid wicket inside, and Salt was standing on the mid wicket on the line, and he asked him to come further forward, and he almost stood at short mid wicket where the ball exactly went to. It's almost like he visualized that wicket and executed it to perfection. So kudos to Josh Hazlewood on two amazing performances. He's yet to concede more than 6 runs an over in this tournament. And what do I say about Yash Dayal? He looked amazingly in touch, and his slower ones, back of the hand deliveries, and even his over with the new ball, they all looked really good. But special mention to how well the spinners have bowled, especially Liam Livingstone was got into bowl those off spinners to the left-handers, because CSK is filled with left-handers, and both their spinners Suyash and Krunal Pandya are negative matchups against left-handers. But Liam Livingstone stood up to the occasion. He did really well, got 28 for 2 in his 4 overs, amazingly bowled. Suyash Sharma, the figures might not show any wickets, but he bowled really well against Shivam Dube and Rachin Ravindra in one of his overs. So that one was top class. Everybody, all the bowlers just did really well, and like I said in the beginning, it never looked like CSK was in the contest. It almost looked like RCB was winning this single-handedly. In CSK, I felt Noor bowled as usually well, and Patirana also. That last over of Patirana, the 19th over, was exceedingly well bowled by him. But if he could emulate that in the first 3 overs, CSK would have been more happy. Khalil's power play spell was just really good. But Ravindra Jadeja also is a little bit of concern, but it's just early days in the tournament. He has just played a couple of matches, but he hasn't shown that much impact with the ball. With the bat, he was okay last night, but they never looked like they were going to chase it down. I failed to understand what Rachin Ravindra was trying to do. He looked like he was playing an anchor role, but when you're chasing a 191 and you don't have a set batter on the other side, I feel you got to take your chances and go for it, go for the win, at least in the 10th over. But it looked like by the end of 13th over, or I think by the end of 10th over, CSK looked like they were only going to play for the net run rate, and they never looked like they were going for the win. Shivam Dube looked okay in patches, but again against Hazelwood and against Yash Dayal, he looked extremely clueless. Ashwin coming out to bat before MS Dhoni, again, that was a strategy that I did not understand much, because the sixes that MS Dhoni hit of Krunal Pandya and the pull shots that he hit of Josh Hazelwood also were really good. So if MS Dhoni can play those 30 of 16 knocks at number 4 or 5, that will actually reduce pressure on the batters who are going to come after him, like Deepak Huda or Sam Curran. I felt it was very, very unfair on the management to throw Sam Curran and Deepak Huda before all these experienced batters, because they were not able to do anything against the bowling that looked really, really well yesterday. MS Dhoni's 30 of 16 was really good, but at the end of the day, it was of not much use for CSK. Maybe they would have gotten a little better with the NRR, but if MS Dhoni can come up in the order and play at number 4 or 5, or at least before Sam Curran, it'll be really good, because he looks in a very, very good touch. His shots against Hazelwood were really good, and he was one of the only batters, or if not only batter, to hit Josh Hazelwood for fours, and he got 2 of them on his at the death overs. So that is pretty much what I felt about yesterday's match. It's still, like I said, very, very early days in the tournament, but yesterday's victory, after that May 18th, 2024, CSK had a lot of points to prove, let's be honest. But yesterday it just looked like only one team turned up to play and the other one was just not doing much. So I hope CSK does well in the next games and makes the competition very interesting. Well done RCB on a great victory, and it'll be interesting to see how the approach of RCB changes as they go back home. If they can find ways to win at least 3 or 4 games at home, a top 2 finish doesn't look that difficult for this team. But still early days, and we'll have to wait and see how this team copes with the pressure of being on the top of the table, because RCB has always been extremely unimaginable in the tournaments. Even the way they came back from 10th position to 4th in the span of 7 games was just amazing. So much to look forward to in this tournament. Still very early days. I'll talk about some other game in the IPL in my next episode. Until then, stay tuned, and I hope you're enjoying these podcasts. Thank you.